Hey everybody, it's William Green. These are my green pets, and today we are at the Denver Orchid Society's annual show and sale at the Denver Botanic Gardens. And I'm just going to take you on a brief tour and show you some of the plants that stood out to me. This is a Paphiopedilum Vanguard, and I just like it because of the uniform color on the pouch and just how shiny it is. It has those long twisting petals too. This is a really unusual orchid. This was some kind of it was Sarcoglottis sceptodes, and its flowers almost looked like little praying mantises, and they actually had a fragrance too, like a grassy, kind of difficult to describe fragrance. Now the next flower that we're going to look at was actually awarded Best Flower in Show, and I believe that this is Chysis bractescens. The flower is so waxy, the texture is really indescribable. Its flowers are outstanding, but the plant itself also looks very nice. There was a group of little Masdevallias, just looked like flames leaping up off the table. This one is a Masdevallia heathii, and then next to it is a Masdevallia ignea, which ignea sounds like to ignite, right? And the color really is just not capturable by the camera. This is a very interesting Dendrobium. This is thyrsiflorum, and it reminds me of amethystoglossum, only instead of the amethyst color, it's yellow, and it has just tons and tons of flowers draping off the plant here. I was really impressed at this show since there were so many specimen-sized plants that were just covered in blooms. I think this was my favorite plant from the whole show. This was a gigantic Bulbophyllum labii Cathy's Gold AMAOS. Pretty popular hybrid. I actually have a division of this plant myself. But the flowers, I'd never seen labii flowers in person like this. They were quite big. One flower would fit in the palm of my hand, and very nice fragrance actually. Kind of a sweetish, musty-ish. I don't know. It was a nice scent for sure, but not a typical floral scent. This was a very nice Leptotes bicolor or bicolor, and it's just covered in flowers. And I think, what was that award next to it? Best grown plant was the award that this one got. So I guess that they're looking at the leaves and they're looking at the roots and everything just to see how well the plant has been grown, and obviously it's doing very well since it's got so many flowers. Now this is a Epidendrum stamfordianum, and this actually belongs to a friend of mine, a fellow grower at the greenhouse, and she's got this plant. It was just coming into bloom for the show, and it won the best Cattleya type, I believe, so she's super proud of that, I'm sure. Now this is an Arpophyllum giganteum. It looks like blazing star, if you've ever seen that flower in the garden, but it's just covered in these beautiful purple little flowers, and these spikes just all over the plants. Once again, this was one of the plants that I was impressed at how many flower spikes it had, and the bright, just electric purple was really fantastic too. Now this thing is a Guarecha Francis Dyer, and I think it's an Epidendrum fragrans by Guarecha. So it's an interesting cross, and it's also covered in flowers, had a nice fragrance to it. And then finally the last plant in the show that I want to show you is this little Schoenorchis gemmata. And I'm saying Schoenorchis because I'm thinking it's German, but anyway, the flowers were teeny tiny, but it was covered in them. There were lots of spikes, and I just thought those were really pretty. Now onto the sale tables. There was only one thing I really wanted to show you from the sale tables, and that is these. They had, I think you can see 4 here, Paphiopedilum rothschildianum. That's what was featured in last week's video. They had them for sale. Just the first flower opening up, plants looking really nice, multiple blooms. I think they were $120 a piece, but that was very tempting. Did not buy one though. Guys, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed a look around the Denver Orchid Society's show. I'm William Green, and we'll see you again next week. Take care.